Once again, this is the Tuesday Morning Show. I'm your host, Phil, and welcome, Claude.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
It's that time of year again. We talk usually in October about things coming up for the winter, and the Sandpoint Nordic Club's right up there on top of the list.
Well, thank you. We appreciate being here, and it feels like yesterday that I was sitting here
I know.
talking to you about winter. Time flies.
Things just come in cycles like that. We do have new listeners and people who might not have tuned in at that one opportune moment a year ago. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at the Nordic Club and how you just came here to be here in Sandpoint doing this stuff.
Oh, geez. Okay, let's see. I got involved with Nordic Club about 4 years ago. I had moved here from Colorado and had a long history in the ski industry back there, and moved up here with my husband, and he introduced me to a wonderful person, Dig Krismer, who actually sits on our board now and was involved with the Nordic Club at the time. And we went for a hike, and she was asking me, what did you do in the ski industry? And on and on and on. And she's like, you know what? You should coach Nordic. And I was like, I can't coach Nordic. I don't know any, I ski Nordic, but I don't know how to coach Nordic. And she's like, sure you do. And I had promised myself when I moved up here, anything that felt like a hard no, that I needed to say yes to. And that was a hard no. I was like, I was an alpine instructor, not a Nordic instructor. So I was like, oh, geez, I guess I need to say yes. And so I said yes. And it was amazing. Got to help coach the youth ski league that we have, which I know we'll talk a little bit about later. And that was 2 days a week, met amazing people, families, started to feel really connected with this community in a way that is important to me. And the rest is history. I coached another year, and we had a wonderful executive director who eventually moved on, and the role came available, and I interviewed, and there were several great candidates, and for whatever reason, they chose me, and so here I am.
Because you were the greatest of the great candidates.
I don't know about that, but they have put their faith in me, and my board is incredible, and I feel really fortunate to have landed where I did.
It's nice to see the club having grown so much over the years.
Yeah.
But our listeners are going to fall into one of two camps. They're going to go, oh, yeah, there's a tremendous difference between alpine and Nordic. How could you possibly have made the leap? And others are going to have heard the word ski and go, huh? For those folks, explain the difference between alpine and Nordic.
Basically, one is a gravity-fed sport. That'd be alpine, all downhill, and lots of exhilaration from the downhill piece. Nordic can be so many things. If you're out on your classic skis, you can just be touring around in the woods, enjoying a peaceful moment. You can be like some of us who still need that adrenaline high and get out on their skate skis and still out in the woods, enjoying a moment, but making ourselves nuts trying to do it efficiently.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if that helps, but...
Yeah, that's actually a great explanation, and I think that gives really the full range when we talk about things like the Sandpoint Nordic Club. People might, again, draw just that one image of things, but there's this breadth and variety to the activity, to the sport.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's just, it's so enjoyable. And
I also like to lump in the idea that somehow still snowshoeing fits into that world somewhere.
Of course. Absolutely. Snowshoes are a great way to get out into the woods and experience just the beauty out there and be in the snow and go at your own pace. Do it with friends, do it alone. It's wonderful.
So the club's been around for a while, but not a long, long while. Tell us a little bit about the history of how it began and where it's going.
Yeah. So the club was formed in 2011. So actually it has been around a bit. That's when they initially put in the 501c3 paperwork to become an official nonprofit. And it started with, just volunteers and people who were Nordic enthusiasts getting together and wanting to develop and groom beginner-friendly trails that were close to town. And so that started around the winter of 2012. If I remember my history correctly. And yeah, that's the same year that they started a youth ski league and, started getting people really seeing Nordic in Sandpoint. And here we are today with how we've grown. We've moved into an incredible location. I wasn't here in the days when they had the property groomed out at, U of I property.
U of I, yeah.
And I know lots of people miss that. But, we were able to then partner with the Kinixu Land Trust and create Nordic trails up in Pine Street Woods. And that has become our home for the last, I think, 6 years. 6 years ago, we had got our building built.
Yeah, I think in those early days, I recall one or two opening season ending events, and most of the club membership turned out, and there were a couple dozen people on skis. And it was great to see them because, it meant there was some camaraderie.
Yep.
But it's grown to way more than that now.
Way more than that. Our membership, if I went by our mailing list, is at about 400 people who have said, yes, I want to know about all things Nordic in Sandpoint, which is incredible. And we are a membership-driven organization. But we have so many people coming out. And in the last few years that I've been here, when I'm up and in the woods and I chat with people in the parking lot and you see the different license plates, we're starting to see people coming down from British Columbia, Alberta, and starting to hear tell of these Nordic trails in the woods in Sandpoint. And while they've been very tuned into the mountain biking opportunities here and hiking opportunities, they're starting to realize that there's also Nordic opportunities. And we're able to groom out 7 kilometer of trail up at Pine Street Woods, which is phenomenal. And those are all what we call the wide trails, which are for skate skiers and classic skiers. And then there are the narrow trails that get groomed out for fat tire biking and snowshoeing, weather allowing. Yeah.
And there's quite a range of programs. You touched on coaching. Was your point of involvement. Tell us a little bit about the breadth of things the club engages in.
Yeah, it's amazing. From my first foray into Nordic Club, youth ski league, that's amazing. And that program is for ages 6 and up into teens. And we start with, kids who've never ever skied before. And we move all the way up into a development team that is coached by Rebecca Dussault, who is our local Olympic Nordic skier. She's amazing. All of our coaches are incredible. And last year, I believe we had 15 coaches. Rose might call in and correct me. She's our youth ski league coordinator.
She'll do that later off air.
Yeah. But that program has grown incredibly from, I think initially when I was started, we had 40 kids. We're now up to 85, which is unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So that's a 2-day-a-week program for most of the kiddos, and the development team kids typically do 3 days a week. And they come up after school for an hour, and we start in January. And all that information's on our website, sandpointnordic.com. And yeah, love that program. And then we do our school program, which is run by Rick Price. He also sits on our board, but he's our school program coordinator. And unbelievable program. It's free that we offer to Lake Pend School District, homeschool groups. And when we have room, which is doesn't happen very often, we have been able to accommodate schools outside of our own area. And that school program is for 3rd through 6th grades and the life skills classrooms out in the 3 schools here. And we bring the kids up and they come and they get on skis, something a lot of those kids have never, ever done before, getting on Nordic skis, and in some cases on snowshoes. And just some of them have never even been to Pine Street Woods, which is unbelievable. And last year we had 867 kids that we brought through that program, which is crazy. And, we start in January, and I think we went, even with the low snow year last year, we got everyone through. And, I think we even went into April. We got a little creative in April, but amazing. Just an incredible program.
Just getting the kiddos out in the winter and getting them doing anything so they can see the marvels of winter and the marvels of being outdoors, breaking down that barrier.
Yep. And families who thought like maybe their kid could never take part in a winter activity, seeing their kids up there, the parents help volunteer and come with the school groups. It's amazing.
The Pine Street Woods seems these days almost synonymous with the club. Are there operations elsewhere? Are there grooming operations or events that happen in other locations?
Yeah. So, we are, this is going to be my plug here, Phil. We are actively always looking for a trail above 3,000 feet.
Yeah.
As we know, in amazing snow years, we are so fortunate. The Pine Street Woods holds the snow. It's incredible. We groom it out. It looks amazing. It skis beautifully. In years like last year, which was a tough year. I can't sugarcoat that.
Yeah.
We did have to move our operation, our youth ski league. We moved it up to the roundabout at Schweitzer, and our partner there at Schweitzer were amazing, letting us come and use the road to finish out our ski season for the youth ski league. And our parents, I should put a shout out there. They were amazing, just sticking with us and coming up there and getting their kids there, and no one skipped a beat. It was incredible.
That's such a great resource, but it's not assured.
It is not assured. It's been a plan B in our back pocket, but obviously not going to be a plan B forever with some of the changes that...
I go from summer hiking. They've been doing some, if not changes, they've been doing some road improvements to that. And it looked like they may not open it this winter.
They're not open. It will be plan B again this winter. Okay. So I don't have official word from Schweitzer yet, but we will find out from them what's happening up there. So other trail, we are always open and looking and talking to people shamelessly.
And any long-term predictions about this winter from either NOAA or the woolly caterpillars? What did our predictors say for a winter?
They've all weighed in. They've reached out to me to let me know, especially the woolly caterpillars. We have deep conversations, and they have all said it's going to be a huge... I read wet. I'm going with wet means snow, winter.
Yeah.
Up here in our area.
Yeah, it often does. It's just that 1 or 2 degree difference can make all the difference between rain or snow, of course.
Yeah, for sure. And just quickly going back to new trail, as aside from always looking for where we could have more trail above 3,000 feet, we have collaborated with our partners KLT and POP, and we were asked to help develop a trail from the bottom of the sled hill up to the backside of Pine Street Woods, the outhouse loop. Mm-hmm. And we have done that. So there is a new wide trail that we're still working on, so don't go running out there yet. There's lots of dirt piles, and we've been having this amazing partner tober with KLT and POP getting these trails buffed out. They've also put in a new mountain biking single track trail on the sled hill as well that we continue to work on to get buffed out for winter.
I've heard it's the trail to use when you really got to go.
Yeah, outhouse trail, yes.
How do you how do you and your partners manage the multiple of uses? Because some of them are compatible, and Some aren't. The fat bike tires and snowshoe tracks and Nordic ski and classic ski versus ice ski don't all work well together.
Yeah. So basically the rule of thumb is wide trails. We call them wide trails, and it's fairly obvious. They're 10 feet to 12 feet wide, and they typically have been groomed by our groomers. Those are for skiers only. Nordic skiers, classic and skate skiers. And the narrow trails are for the fat bikers and for snowshoers. And that the reason there is that for us to groom trail, and it's the same at any Nordic facility, it takes a lot of work. There's a lot of I don't want to say, it's not necessarily science behind it, but we need to compact the snow. Like we start as soon as we get snow, the groomers are out there as soon as there's enough compacting it so that it'll hold for the whole season. And then the snow we get on top of that, we groom it out. If you're lucky enough to get there early in the morning before the early risers, you can see what it means when we groom it. It's this beautiful corduroy look. And then we set track on the side for our classic skiers. And, snowshoeing on that and fat tire bikes really disintegrates the integrity of the trail and all the time that it takes to create those trails.
Now, I know one of the trails that's, I think it's one of the more narrow ones, but it might be wide at that point as you're coming back, feeding in towards the lot, has a warning sign about a Bigfoot crossing. How often are they sighted in the Pine Street woods?
Oh, it depends on who you speak to.
So they're there just to affirm.
Sure.
That's important information for our winter recreators.
Absolutely. You got to look for that guy. He's on the narrow trail on your way out from the parking lot.
That's what I thought.
He likes to hang out there. I think he's looking for treats.
Yeah.
I hear he likes, fruit snacks and granola bars.
Amongst many other things.
Yeah.
So. You do have a rental program. Tell us how that works.
Yeah. So up at Pine Street Woods, we have our beautiful building, which is called the Outdoor Recreation Center. And we typically refer to it as the ORC. So if you hear someone say, oh, yeah, meet me at the ORC, that's what they mean. And in there, we have all our rentals. It's an incredible fleet of skis. I think we have, Rick would correct me, but I think we have close to like 200 pairs of skis.
Wow.
And we do seasonal rentals, weekly rentals, and daily rentals, all affordable. Our mission is to provide affordable and accessible skiing to everyone in our community and get everybody out there, to come play in the woods with us, basically, in a nutshell. And so the prices are amazing. Again, it's all on our website. You can see the different dailies, the weeklies. If you have family coming to town for the holidays, come on up and we'll rent you skis. The seasonal rental does require to be a member of the club. But again, our membership is very affordable. A family membership is $100 and individual membership is $55. And our membership is open right now on our website. You can go and renew or join right now. Or better yet, come up on Saturday, and I know Phil was going to get to this, to our winter welcome event.
Yeah, we're going to delve into that maybe after the music break. But, yeah.
Just a little teaser there.
Stay tuned for more on winter welcome. So with conditions being so variable, and you wake up and there's a dusting of snow at your place on the lake, and Schweitzer's announced 8 new inches at the base of the run. How do people know what's happening at Pine Street Woods?
First of all, I wish I had a place on the lake. But that aside, yes. So we post every day on our website our grooming report. We have a group of incredible groomers who are sort of like ninjas. You usually don't ever see them because they groom late at night or early in the morning before anyone comes out to use the trails. If you do see them, give them a hug and thank them. They are incredible. so dedicated, and just so grateful for them and what they do and the magic that they create out there for us in the woods. But our grooming report is updated every morning after they've done their thing up there, and it's on our website, easy to find on the landing page.
And these are volunteers for the most part, or some of them paid?
Some of them we went, originally we were all volunteer, and my predecessor in this role worked to get them paid, and
Good.
she put that in place. And it is, you know what, they would still do it for free.
Yeah, more reliable though.
They're so passionate, but I mean, at the end of the day, we need to pay them. They work hard.
That makes it sustainable.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we are going to take a music break. It's 8:23 according to the screen here. You're listening to KRFY at 88.5 FM or live streaming at krfy.org. This morning on the morning show, we're talking with Claude Goldberg about the Sandpoint Nordic Club upcoming winter activities. After the music break, we're going to talk more about the winter welcome event. For now, sit back and enjoy a little bit of Lake Street Dive. And we're back. That's a quick and cold ending. Claude asked,
Quick and cold.
Yep. Quick and cold. Appropriate.
Sorry.
Yes, appropriate for the season. We're having too much fun in here, off air. The singing just is going crazy with Lake Street Dive. And come to find out they're on tour soon in Ireland.
Oh, they're on tour everywhere. Yeah.
So, Claude, 1 year on, what's it like now as executive director?
Oh boy. Well, it's been a quick year. It's hard to believe that I've been in the role since a year ago this past July. I have learned a lot of drinking from the fire hose initially. But again, like my board is amazing. They're so supportive and just encouraging and excited about what we do and passionate. So that really, really makes a huge difference in walking into this role. I feel like, I can bounce anything off them. No idea is too crazy. So I feel very grateful. And the community has been fantastic. We've been doing trail work days all this October, and people have been coming out. And we've been doing some dry land training, which has been super fun, 2 days a week, just getting everybody ready to get fit. We have this nice little core group that shows up. So that's been really fun. Yeah, it's just, we're having a good time.
Good. Yeah. It takes a lot of people for an organization to really kind of hit its stride and be effective.
Yeah. I mean, we're small, but we're mighty.
So this is the time of year that the board and club members and you live for. We're coming right up on it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And there's an event this weekend to welcome us all to winter.
Yep. So Saturday, this Saturday, the 26th, from 1 to 4 p.m. up at Pine Street Woods at the Outdoor Rec Center, also known as what, Phil? What do we call it? The Outdoor Rec Center?
The ORC.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
And that is our winter welcome. It's something we've done for many years, and it's really a way to bring our community together right before the snow starts coming in huge droves, and to get together, see new friends, make new friends, see old friends, renew your membership, join for the first time, find out what we're up to. And this year, we have lots of great things to talk about. There's some new things up in the woods that people will visually get to see and learn about. We're going to have s'mores. We have some amazing raffle prizes. In the past, as a lot of events are, there's like so many raffle prizes, it's overwhelming. And we've really pared it down to some very high-end, bigger dollar items this year. So you're not going to want to miss out on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds like fun.
Yeah, s'mores.
And what time
Drinks.
does the event start?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1 p.m. up in the woods.
Open to everybody, not just members?
Open to everyone. We really encourage anyone, and that's how I found out about Nordic Club initially when we moved here. was I just saw something in the reader and I thought, oh, Nordic Club, great. I like to Nordic. I want to go find out what they're doing. So that's how I initially learned about the Nordic Club. And then, my involvement snowballed from there. So yes, we encourage everyone to come up, even if you're like, I just think I might want to snowshoe this winter. I don't know much about snowshoeing. Come on up, come talk to us. Our board will be there. I'll be there. And we're happy to talk to everyone and anyone.
It's snow dependent, of course, but when do regular operations sort of ramp up?
It really is snow dependent. As soon as we get enough snow to start grooming is when we open. I wish I could put an absolute date on that. But, typically, if we're lucky, November. And we're going to be lucky this year. So there you go.
Yeah. Yes, we expect to be lucky, of course. Any other events coming up to talk about? Any programs we haven't touched base on?
Yeah. So we talked about the Youth Ski League. We talked about our amazing school program. I also want to just, for people out there who are not familiar with our school program, because it is a free program that we provide, it is funded solely by grants that we write every year. And this past year, we were lucky enough to be the recipient of the 101 Women grant. So we are forever grateful. In the past, we've had funding from Blue Skies Foundation, from Cal. Cal has been amazing to us over the years, Community Assistance League. So all those various entities we are grateful for. And we continue to look for people who want to support programming like that. We'd like to grow. I'm talking to the National Alliance on Mental Illness about partnering with them to do a health and well-being event this winter. So all kinds of possibilities for us up in the woods with the skiing. In addition to our school program, we do adult programming. That will all be on our website. We run clinics, we run lessons, and a great way to come up and try out the sport or advance your skills if you're already have been a skate skier or a classic skier for a long time, but you want to tweak your skills or get to the next level. And then what other events do we have coming up in the immediate? So Saturday's event, and then November 7th, we have the Get Plowed event, which is with partners our KLT, Kinnicksu Land Trust, and the Ponderay Peddlers and ourselves. And that event is to raise money to help us keep the road plowed and open to Pine Street Woods, which
takes a lot of work to keep that
is
road
a
open.
Monumental task. And it's not sexy, but it's safe. It's a great event. Come on out and support the three organizations so that you can come up and enjoy doing what you love to do up in the woods.
And with the addition of the ski hill at the Pine Street Woods complex now, I'd imagine that gets more expensive to keep more things open and there's more people utilizing the area. So
yeah, and even just in the 4 years that I've been here, the usership of Pine Street Woods has gone way up, which is, that's what you want. And so that puts a little more strain on the organizations to keep that road safe and open and navigable for people.
We touched briefly on memberships. How does one go about finding out more details about how to become a member?
Yep. So you can go onto our website, which is sandpointnordic.com. And on the front, there's information about membership, or you can go to the Join Donate Now tab and find out more. Our membership, which I mentioned before, is very, very affordable. That's our whole thing. Like, we want there to be really no barriers to coming up and participating. The importance of membership for our organization is that those dollars are what help us do all the things that we do, right? So, I know when I first started skiing, alpine skiing and Nordic skiing, you don't really think about what it takes to create those runs, to maintain the runs, to maintain the buildings, to, maintain the parking lot, all those things. And so that's where our membership dollars go, to grow our programming, to help with our scholarship fund that we have for Youth Ski League participants to maintain the building, keep the lights on, keep the internet on in the winter, all those things. And the trails alone, I mean, grooming, it takes, time-wise is something I never really thought about, but for our guys to go out, and it's one person each day goes out and grooms our 7 kilometers, it's about 2 hours, and it can be longer depending on if we got a lot of snow, or, if there's more work that needs to be done. So that's where the membership dollars go. And it's super, super important that we have those members. And we're very grateful for those people who are members at this point.
Yeah, that base of membership or supporters for every organization is vital for its dependency in terms of constant support, but also it establishes the strength of an organization when you're writing grants and things. So
yes,
vitally important. It doubles its impact, I guess I should say.
And I also want to do a quick little shout out on if you become a member, we have 5 wonderful local organizations, retailers that partner with us. If you become a member, you get certain discounts at their organizations, and it's The Shed, Syringa Cyclery, Evans Brothers, Outdoor Experience, and Sandpoint Medical Massage. So I'm not going to tell you what those benefits are. You'll just have to check out with us maybe Saturday when you come in and get your membership.
One more reason to go
One more reason to come to the woods on Saturday.
Well, we're kind of coming down to a close in the interview. It's gone by so quick, always so fun. We'll have to do this more often, maybe in midwinter.
Well, that would be
check
fun.
in or tune up. But any parting or closing final thoughts?
Really just grateful for this community. I would say, and certainly having not lived here for very long, I feel that, I've been so welcomed, and certainly Sandpoint Nordic Club has become, family and home, and just, it's an amazing organization. And I really encourage anyone who's even remotely had a thought of, Pine Street Woods, ski trails, sounds a little daunting, but I'm curious. Please, just come and chat with us. We're super friendly. Nordic people are amazing, very chill, very easy to talk to. And as my mom used to say, I'll talk to anyone. I could talk to a brick wall. I love people. So come see me.
Yeah. Well, there's a good endorsement to come out Saturday. One more time, Saturday, time, place, and event.
Yep. So Winter Welcome, our annual kickoff the season event and fundraiser, Pine Street Woods, 1 to 4 p.m., October 26th, this Saturday. Don't miss it.
Well, once again, we want to thank you, Claude, for coming on the morning show this morning.
This was great, Phil. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your reaching out.
Always enjoy talking about winter here in October. But as always, if you missed any of the interview or just simply want to relive the moments, you can go to our website, krfy.org, and download the podcast. It'll be available sometime later today or tomorrow, as is a complete archive, almost complete archive of all of our past morning shows. We're going to segue into the next bit of the show with some upcoming events in a little bit in honor of Halloween coming up, though. First, we have some 10,000 Maniacs.